was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way. To start a drive.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 53 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Throwing is Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This is Elliott. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Watch the pass.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended receiver, Tavon Austin. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas 1st down. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Elliott. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Kill.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Prescott now. It's caught. Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Now Forbath for the extra point. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, boom.
From the gun, Jackson. Letting one go deep for Roberts. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 74 yards. As they are now on the board here in the first half.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 13-7. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
47. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Let's go. Let's get this ball. Then we're going to 53. There we go. Rush in. Rush 26.
Here's Prescott. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Watch out.
On first down, Ingram. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now it's Jackson eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
There he goes, Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to show off their... One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Check, 43. Hey, check. Check 3, check 3. Check out 3. Check.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
To throw is Prescott. He's got the connection to Cooper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. He's got now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Forbath, the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. And now a timeout defensively. Out half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. So 2 quarters after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. He goes 102 yards from one. That will shave one more off this lead.
27, Ravens 14. Justin Tucker to kick off.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See, he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 42. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Prescott from the gun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Jackson now, throwing again. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. That's to his running back, complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Jackson. Brown with his stick skills. This will be caught by Brown. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw again is Jackson. This one complete to Ingram. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Now Jackson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. I'm on. Right. He's tight.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. Cooper was the intended target. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Here we go.
He got 29 yards that time. Jackson now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. The throw over the middle taken in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Throwing on second down. Prescott. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board.
And there he goes again. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And that big fourth quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the fourth. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
A first down carry by Elliott. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Justin Ellis in on the stop.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through three quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go to Elliott again. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. The 40. The 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got it. And they will not go quietly as we are back to a 2-score game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now Prescott. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Check. Check hot route. Hot. Here we go, 46. Here we go, going to 54. Right here. 26.
Prescott. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. 4-8. That's the run. That's the run. That's the run. Okay. We're going to 53.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jalen Ferguson in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. He's going to get this to Austin complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. From the red zone now, Prescott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. They're going to try and run for it. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points.
38, Ravens 37.
Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Chidobe with a pick. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out.
Today's final score, Cowboys 38, Ravens 37.
This be the green light. Go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot. You'll see where